example? How does it differ from the 4 volumes?
So that's the shorter Christian prayer. So the 4-volume set has everything, right? All 7 hours, all the readings for the office readings, which is a big chunk of this, each one, right? The Christian prayer book has morning prayer, evening prayer, and night prayer. And it has some of the 3-day hours, but it's kind of condensed and less options. The shorter Christian prayer book has almost none of the propers except the main ones. So it wouldn't have the feasts of the day for the saints. We'd have like the big ones like the All Saints Day and Christmas and things like that, but nothing bigger than that. It has none of the office of reading. So you can do morning prayer and evening prayer. I'm unsure if it even has night prayer. It may have night prayer in it. I haven't looked. So it's just very condensed. It doesn't have the propers. It doesn't have the commons of commons of pastors, common of virgin and bishops. So if you want to celebrate the specific saint for the day, you're not really able to, unless you supplement it somehow.
It has all 4 weeks.
It has all 4 weeks.
So your 1 volume.
The 1 volume of Christian prayer.
This is essentially 1 week in your hand?
This is, well, the 4 volumes. This is all the boundaries weren't off because I've used it so much. This is ordinary time, weeks 18 to 34. So you have ordinary time 1 through 18. You have Easter, Lent, Easter, Pentecost, and you have Advent, and part of the ordinary time, I think, in another book. Right. So the different volumes have the different parts of time in there. This is essentially the Christian prayer book, but often, this is what I've read from this, sorry. Often it's sung. The monks, right, still pray all 7 in the day, right, in different monasteries. And they chant it. This is where a lot of chant comes from, right? So some of the chants are pretty fun.
You gonna chant for us?
I'll chant for you.
All right, I want to hear you chant.
So
the
Magnificat,
okay,
right, which is the prayer during evening prayer, which is the my soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. You know, so they would chant it. What's the tune? Ta 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 ta, and you'd hear, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel. He has come to his people and set them free. He has raised up for us a mighty Savior, born of the house of his servant David." And so you have that going back and forth from one side to another side. Well, not with the Magnificat, but with the Psalms. Right? And you have different tones you can use for each one. So that's one tone. What's the other one? Da ta ta ta. Da, da, da. You know, say the different tones you would use and you match them to it. And so that's some of that idea of chant. They would chant all of them. Right? I went out to Subiaco Abbey Benedictine Monastery in Arkansas, and they still do it in choir. You know, that's where the term comes from, in choir. One side to the other, back and forth. Right? Well, choir of angels too. Anyway. So.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. More questions or?
You did very good.
So there's 2 versions, the full 4 volume book, which you call the Book of Christian Prayer.
Right.
So those are 2 options besides the Mundelein.
The Mundelein Psalter is just something I use if you want to chant it. You don't have to get this one. This is just, actually this is pretty cheap though, maybe even cheaper than the Christian Prayer, and it has it all in order. This actually maybe be simpler to learn from because you can just read it too and it goes in order.
Really?
Yeah, which is nice. I got it $30 off Amazon.
The other ones you have to jump, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to learn how to jump back and forth. You have to set a bunch of ribbons. Some of these you still have to set ribbons. But it comes with an instruction. It tells you what you're supposed to do for what days, and you can print that off each year.
Except that I came on Wednesday.
Okay.
This has been a long week. I think it was yesterday. And that black book, like there's a prayer taped to the front, which I didn't realize was there until Father Jonathan said, "Hey."
Yeah, no, that's the canticle for morning or evening prayer. And they just put it on the covers to give you easy.
Like,
right, because the Christian prayer...
It was all together, and then there was a song, and that was it.
Right,
so
because it doesn't have the propers of the day. So it didn't have, like, St. Gertrude that day, for example.
Yeah.
And so we could have used stuff from St. Gertrude that day. A lot of the times it'll just be that core section, and then the final prayer will be from the saint. But sometimes it'll change the antiphons. Sometimes it'll change the canticle verse. Sometimes it'll change the readings and the intercessions. At the big feasts. You guys ever heard Progressive Solemnity? Okay. The idea is that when the church celebrates something, there's the ordinary way, ordinary day, right? Doesn't mean it's not extraordinary. It just means it's just an ordinary day of Christian prayer, right? Which is still something extraordinary. But then you have a feast day, or a memorial, an optional memorial. We can choose to celebrate a saint or not. Then you have obligatory memorials, right? Where you have to celebrate that saint for the day. Then you have feasts, which are something bigger, and you're really celebrating something awesome from the life of Christ or one of the apostles or something that's connected directly to the life of Christ. And then you have your holy days of obligations. Sundays, right, are all holy days of obligation, right? And then you have the Assumption of Mary and the various holy days of obligation. All Saints' Day was the last one we had, right? And so you have these holy days of obligations that are the biggest feasts, right? And so you would do less here for this than you would for this. This is where all the smells and the bells come in. You have incense, you have candles, you have servers, you have the music, you have the Gloria, you have the Creed, right? Other days you just have the Creed and no Gloria. It's not quite as significant as this event in the life of Christ, and so on and so forth. Until you have no Gloria, no Creed, no real music, you know, just kind of a day celebration. And it's beautiful, but it makes us appreciate these two. So that's the idea of progressive solemnity. As you progress into the more important feasts, it's a bigger occasion. It's more solemn solemnity, progressive solemnity, right?
And that one's more expensive, right? In the 4 volumes.
The 4 volumes more expensive. Of course, if you're a seminarian, you could probably find someone who would love to purchase it for you. Oh, too bad. No, actually, someone connected me to a lady named Mary Adams up in Colorado who mailed this to me.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
praying for her kids ever since.
Fantastic.
But yeah, it's pretty
Because I
good.
think they're like
100.
close to 200 if you get the full volume, the whole.
No, you can get it for like 134, I
134
think.
now.
You might be able to find it cheaper. You might even be able to find it used. Because what happens a lot of times, people pray the 4 volume thinking, I'll pray to the hours all the time, and they realize, I don't have time to pray it all the time. You know, anyone who kind of works kind of has a hard time doing all of them. So they'll sit on the shelf and they never use
Now
it.
it's mobile. You know, you can pray it.
Yeah, oh, that's another thing. If you have an iPhone or an app,
That's right.
right? There is, this is great if you just want to try it out. It has it all in order so you don't have to flip or anything like that.
No ribbons.
It's
No
great.
ribbons.
Okay. It's called iBreviary TS, right? iBreviary TS.
Surely there's a website, it would be easier.
Just look up iBreviary. Breviary is what this is called. The book's called a breviary. Breviary, yes. BREVIARY. And it's Pro Terra Sancta. It'll say that at the bottom too. Okay. It's for the sanctification of earth. It does. Okay. iBreviary. So that's another app, and there's a bunch of them out there like Universalis, and you can find a bunch of apps that have it if you have a phone that does this sort of thing.
And aren't the Liturgy of the Hours in the Magnificat book?
I don't think so.
They have a little bit of introduction and
Because
meditation
I know they
time,
have the
but they don't have it
prayer
as depth as.
the canticle of Zechariah.
Yeah.
Have some.
Right, they'll probably have some of that stuff, but
They
they
have a
won't have the
little
full
bit, an
Liturgy Hours.
introduction, just a little bit of that in the back of it, that's what you're talking
I
about.
can see it. I
Well,
haven't used it.
would someone like to end us in prayer, since this is a class of prayer?
The abandonment prayer we usually pray.
We end with the abandonment prayer. Do I have that here? I do. Look at that.
We always do them.
Well, let's stand and pray then. For the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, I abandon myself into your hands. Do with me what you will. Whatever you may do, I thank you. I am ready for all. I accept all. Let only your will be done in me and in all your creatures. I wish no more than this, O Lord. Into your hands I commend my soul. I offer it to you with all the love of my heart. For I love you, Lord, and so need to give myself, to surrender myself into your hands without reserve and with boundless confidence, for you are my Father. Amen. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And now in español. Padre mío, ven a tu
Like public.
Careful, some of those are wrong in Spanish.
Are they really?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
nobody has made that. Some of them got goofed up, but the Spanish is like, well, the English one's okay, so.
Okay, this one, this here. I'm gonna send you this part of it. Let me show you. I turned and forgot to put it right here, but